Coming to a space where you're able to sit comfortably. Starting with the spine nice and tall. Taking any support that you would like under your sit bones, a pillow, a block, a blanket. And then as you come into this space of comfort, if you need to use a chair, feel free to get on a chair as well. The only requirement to start right now is to have a nice, comfortably long spine, not rigid, but long. And then if it feels right for you to do so, we'll start to bring the awareness to the breath with our eyes closed. If for whatever reason that does not feel right, keep your gaze down to the floor, but keep the awareness upon your breath. Start to notice the movement of the air in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. You might want to notice where you feel the air touching your nose or your nostrils. You might feel it at the tip of your nostrils, somewhere in the middle, or maybe all the way at the back of your nostrils as the air comes in. And then notice how it feels when the air moves out. Start to notice the quality of your breath. You might find the breath moving in easy and comfortably. Or you might find that you still have to work a little hard to get that breath toward the base of the lungs. Slowly, as you now start to deepen your breath, allow the same volume of air to come toward the base of the lungs, noticing the expansion of the rib cage. And then on the exhale, as you gently allow the navel to move toward your spine, notice the soft contraction of the rib cage. Continue to follow the breath movement. Soft, long and deep on its way in. And then equally long and effortless on its way out. Two more breaths. And then slowly, when you're done with that last exhale, release your hands down beside you this time. And we'll use slowly opening the eyes, the movement of the air coming in to lift the hands up and overhead. And then as you exhale, allow the hands to slowly descend all the way back and down beside you. Moving with the breath, using the breath to lift the arms, and then using the breath to find that softening of the arms back beside you. One more time. This time though, as the hands come up, go ahead and clasp your fingers, turning the palms out and away from you. And then let's continue to create that length as the full breath comes in. Pause over here as you exhale, softening gently the shoulder blades down toward the floor. Inhale and press the base of the wrist out and up toward the ceiling. If for whatever reason you feel that you cannot extend the arms, maybe there is a restriction in your shoulders or in your lower spine, you might find a little strain, keep a softness in your elbows, but continue to press from the armpit, the elbows up toward the ceiling. Good, and then on the next exhale, unclasp the hands and release the hands all the way gently back and down beside you. If you found that there was any kind of constriction or restriction, maybe even a slight strain in your neck, just go ahead and roll the shoulders up and back and down. And then change the direction of rotation, roll them back and up and forward and down. Good, and we'll go back to the same posture, but this time before we go into it, let's recross the legs, front to the back, back to the front. If you're seated on the chair, you continue to stay where you are. And we'll lift once again with the air coming in through the nostrils, the arms all the way up overhead. This time when you clasp your hands, allow the other hand to become the clasping hand. Turn the palms out and up. Inhale again. And exhale over here. Once again, allow gently the shoulder blades to come down toward the floor. If you had the elbows bent on the other side, go ahead and try the same process over here. Even as your elbows stay bent, allow for a nice stretch from the outside of the armpit all the way up to the elbow. Good, and then the next exhale, go ahead and slowly release the hands, allowing them to soften and release all the way back and down beside you. Good. Take one more full breath here. Just relax. Once again, if you found the shoulders hurting or straining, feel free to get any movement you would like in your shoulders, rolling them slightly up and back and down, and then forward and up and down. Good, and then we're going to go ahead and come onto all fours to get a little bit more movement going in the body. So coming off the floor to the mat so that you are on all fours. You want to come so that your shoulders are right on top of your wrists and your knees come underneath the hips. Make this a neutral spine space. So you have the ability to press the fingertips into the floor, press your palms into the floor along with the shins, and then keep the body lifting up off the floor. So there is no strain of any kind in your spine. Inhale one full breath right here. As you exhale, bring the chin toward the collarbone, slowly pressing the tailbone in toward your navel. Allow the hips to move back, gently coming into child's posture. Go as far or as little as your body will allow you. We are only just starting to move the body. So take the time to relax over here. And then next inhale, pulling gently forward with the arms, reach the crown forward, heart forward, shoulders back on top of your wrists. And we'll make this a gentle flow. Since we've already established a pattern or a rhythm of movement for our breath, let that help you move back into the child posture as you exhale. And then as you inhale, gently pull forward the heart and the crown, coming to all fours. Chakravakasana. 2 more times, moving with your breath at your pace, softening the navel up toward your spine as you exhale. Chest comes toward your thighs. Maybe even your elbows can come down to the floor. One last full move all the way back to child's posture. When you come down here, we will pause here for a full breath. If you need to, in this full breath, release your hands, turn your palms up. This should help you take away any strain you created in your wrists. And then next inhale, press the fingers back down and come up to all fours. We'll move from here to extend the back leg or one of the back legs. Curl the right toes under, lift the knee, and then lengthen the torso as you press the crown forward. If you do need to move the leg back, feel free to walk the toes slightly further back. But keep the shoulders on top of the wrist. Press the left shin down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the torso, and then reach the toes up off the floor, extending that back leg. Now you can have the toes curled in and heel pressing out, or if you prefer, you can have the toes pressing out. Either way, there's a nice length in the torso. There's full support of both arms. And now shift your weight over to your right arm so that you can gently release the left arm away from the body, lifting it up. So opposite arm to the leg that's lifted up. Inhale, 2 full breaths here. Keep a soft engagement of the navel toward your spine so you do not feel the strain in the lower spine. And then gently release the hand and the knee. Press back as you exhale. Hips back toward your heels, coming to the child's posture. Relaxing over here once again, turning the palms up so that you have the ability to relax the wrists. Next inhale, turn the palms back down. Inhale forward all the way. And we'll go ahead and on the next inhale, curl the left toes, lift the knee up off the floor. Press the torso forward so that you still have the shoulders on top of your wrists. Right here, activate this posture. Press the right shin to the floor. Feel the weight lifting up off the floor on both arms. And then when you're ready, pressing that right shin still to the floor, lift the left toes up off the floor. Good. You can, as we did on the other side, press the heel away from you or the toes, whichever feels right. And then when you're ready, if you wish to, you can bring the opposite arm. This time it's the right arm coming straight out in front of you, keeping that firmness on the floor with your palms and your shins pressing in. Reach fingers and toes that are lifted off the floor away from each other. Good, one more breath. And then release the hand as you exhale. Knee comes down as well. Continue to press hips back toward your heels. Coming to rest all the way down, turning the palms up. Or if you prefer this time, you can bring the hands down beside you and gently let the torso fold forward. Feel free to use a block if you would like, keeping it in front of you so that you can rest your forehead upon it. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Next inhale, go ahead and if you use the block, move the block aside. Bring both hands at your sacrum and we'll inhale to come up on the knees. So reach both hands out as you inhale. Press the shins down to the floor and then lift the torso along with your hands to come up on the knees. This time as you exhale, go ahead and reach the right hand straight in front of you. Bring the left hand at your sacrum and then fold back down to child's posture. Inhale, reach the right hand straight in front of you. Come right back up. Bring the left hand to come up. Meet the right arm. Good. And this time as you exhale, bring both hands back down, folding all the way forward to child's posture. Hands come to the sacrum, torso to the thighs, forehead to the floor. Good. We'll repeat this on the other side. So as you get ready, inhale and lift both hands out and up overhead, coming on your knees. Good. As you start to exhale, go ahead and slowly bring the left hand forward as you come into the forward fold. Right hand comes at your torso. Come all the way forward so that the forehead comes toward the floor, hips toward the heels. And as you start to inhale, go ahead and reach forward with the left hand, reaching the right to come meet the left, all the way back and up to the top. And then as you exhale, go ahead and slowly bring both hands back down all the way into the forward fold. Hands come back to the sacrum. Good, we'll repeat this one more time. Inhale fully, both hands out and up overhead. As you exhale, left hand comes to the sacrum, right reaches forward as you come into the forward fold. Inhale, right reaches out as the left gently releases to come all the way back and up to the top. And then exhale, both hands back down beside you at the sacrum as the torso comes all the way forward and into the bend. Inhale and lift. Both hands out and up. Good. As you exhale this time, the left hand comes forward as you hinge from the hips. Right hand comes to your sacrum, coming into the child's posture. And then as you inhale, lengthen the torso, reach the left hand, release the right to gently come and meet the top arm. And then one more time, exhale, both hands out to the side, coming into the forward fold. This time, allow the hands to stay down beside you, palms turned up. Again, use a block if you need to in front of you so that you can gently relax and release the forehead down toward the floor. 2 full breaths here. On the third inhale, go ahead and gently bring yourself back to the all fours posture. So lift the hands in front of you and the torso forwards. The shoulders are on top of your wrist. This time we'll go to our down dog. It's our first one for the practice today. So curl the toes under, lift the knees up off the floor, keeping the shoulders still on top of your wrist. As you exhale, keep the chest moving back. Knees are still bent. Keep the chest moving all the way back so that it releases the lower abdomen to your upper thighs. Let the tailbone continue to lift toward the ceiling, as far up as you can. Feel the length in your torso coming from the support of your arms. And then bring the awareness to the breath. This is a wonderful posture for you to focus upon the exhale. So as you start and exhale, bring the navel to hug your spine. Notice how you can find that release in the shoulders, in the shoulder blades. Feel the length in the torso. Next, inhale, rock forward to all fours. Take a moment to pause. Good, we're going to go back to the down dog. So once again, make any adjustments in your posture over here, placement of your arms, placement of your knees, whatever you need to. And then as you get ready, curl the toes under. Full breath in over here. And then on the exhale, gently press navel toward the spine as your abdomen moves toward your thighs. Feeling that length in the torso. We'll pause here for 3 full breaths. Softening the navel toward your spine giving the lower abdominal muscles a chance to be engaged. Neck is soft, completely relaxed. And when you finish the 3 breaths, inhale forward again, coming to all fours. Good. This time, as you uncurl the toes, if it's comfortable for you to do so, you're welcome to sit back on your heels. If it does not feel right, go ahead and use a block. Bring a block right between your feet so that it goes right between your ankles. And then slowly release the hips so that you can come to sit upon the block. Good. This should give you the ability to sit up in the modified Vajrasana. Take a couple of breaths. Just relax over here, close your eyes, follow the breath. Good. From here, we're going to go ahead and come to a standing posture. So gently come to all fours. Curl the toes under. Come up and back to down dog. And then you can walk either your hands back to your feet forward to your arms, or a combination thereof, so that you come into a full forward fold. Pause here for another full breath. And then when you're ready, inhale and reach. Hands in front of you or out to the side. But with the support of the legs and the reach of the arms, come up with a nice flat back, all the way upright. Good. And then close the posture with the palms to the heart center in prayer. Welcome. Namaste. We're going to get a little bit more movement going over here. So when you're ready, go ahead and release the hands down. Inhale the arms out and up. And as you do so, lift the heels off the floor. And then as you exhale, slowly and gently release the arms and the heels down. Good. There's a little bit of wobbliness in your feet. That's quite all right. Just go ahead and keep the awareness upon your breath. Flowing with the breath for another 2 moves. Allowing the movement of the heels and the arms lifting to synchronize with the movement of the breath coming in. And then repeating that same synchronization of the breath as you release the arms and your heels. One last move. Good. This time we'll stay in that lift of the heels. Turn the palms out and up away from you. Or if you prefer, you can even bring your index fingers together, clasping the rest of the fingers. Reach either way, the base of the wrist or the tip of your fingers up away from you. Inhale again, and then exhale and gently tilt the torso over to one side. Yes, we're still on our heels. Wobblingness is okay. Good. Inhale to the center, and then exhale over to the other side. Inhale to the center, unclasp your hands, and gently release arms and your heels all the way back and down beside you. Lovely. Good. Shake out your legs, shake out your hands. And we'll continue that side stretch movement. So bring your feet wide, facing the long side of the mat, maybe about 2.5, 3 feet apart. We'll start with the toes parallel. If that does not feel right for your body for whatever reason, feel free to have a slight widening of the toes away from the midline. Good. Inhale and reach both hands out and up overhead. Clasp your fingers together, index finger pointing. Inhale, reach the top fingers up. As you exhale, turn the torso over to the right. On the exhale, slowly and gently start to lean the torso forward. You may not go even as far as the halfway, and that's quite all right. As you inhale again, come right back up and exhale to the center. Reclasp your fingers so that now you have the other hand as your dominant arm. If it feels awkward, you're doing the right thing. Inhale and reach. Exhale, twist the torso over to the other side. Inhale, lengthen the torso, and then again, as we did on the first side, reach as you exhale, fingers forward, torso leaning over to that left leg. Inhale back up, and exhale to the front. Inhale, reach the hands up, and as you exhale, unclasp, releasing the hands back down beside you. Good. Again, if you created any kind of strain in the shoulders, just gently roll the shoulders up and back and down a couple of times in one direction, and then rotate in the opposite direction. Good. We'll continue to get that side stretch a little deeper. So turn now your right toes all the way over to 90 degrees. Turn the left toes slightly in. Good. We'll start with the front hand. So that's going to be our right hand, lifting it as you inhale up overhead. Bring the other hand in line with the shoulder, but turn the palm to face it up toward the ceiling. Good. Inhale and reach both arms in the opposite direction. Left arm reaching away from the shoulder as is the right. Good. And then on the exhale, keeping that extension on both arms, come as far forward as you can go, reaching that front arm forward past your toes. Good. And then inhale, come right back upright to the starting posture. We'll do that 2 more times. As you exhale, just go ahead and reach as far forward as you can. And then inhale, come right back up. Good. This time, inhale again, reaching the arms in the opposite directions of each other. And then as you exhale, release. This time, keep the left arm straight and reach the right arm as far down as you can, turning your head down with that release of the arm. Inhale, turn the head out and up toward the ceiling. Exhale, turn only the head down. If it's comfortable to do so, you can reach the bottom fingers down. Again, inhale, turn the head up. And exhale, turn the head down. Now, if your other arm, your left arm, is getting tired, feel free to gently release that at your hip. Maybe press the elbow away from the body, up toward the ceiling, and maybe even slightly back behind you. One more move, turning the head down as you exhale, and inhale, turn the head up. When you're ready, we're going to come up. If you want to keep the elbow bent with the palm at your hip, feel free to reach forward with the elbow. Otherwise, reach the palm out and on the back hand. Then reach the front hand out. Inhaling, come all the way out and up. And then release both hands, turning the palms down. Relax both hands back beside you. Good. Turning the toes in. Take a moment to pause. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice any sensations that you have created within the body. You may notice them at the physical level, with warmth or tightness or openness or lightness. You may feel it at the emotional level, with a sense of expansiveness, openness. When you're ready, on the next inhale, go ahead and turn now the other side, the left toes 90 degrees all the way over to the short edge of the mat, and then turn the back toes slightly to the front as well. Inhale and reach. Left arm out and up, right arm in line with the shoulder, palm turned up. And we'll repeat the same process over here, keeping in mind that both sides will be different. So inhale fully, reaching the arms out away from the shoulder joint to the tip of the fingers. And then as you start and exhale, reach the top arm as far out away from you as you can. And then inhale, come right back up, lifting only the top arm. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale fully right where you are. And then as you exhale, come into that reach. Lifting up again on the inhale. Good. And this time as you exhale, come into the reach as far out as you can, but continue to let that bottom arm reach down. You can reach at the mid-thigh, mid-shin, or maybe even just outside, excuse me, off your shins. Exhaling, keep the head turning down. As you inhale, turn the head up. Exhale, turn the head down. Excuse me. And if you're able to reach further, go ahead and let the bottom fingers reach as far toward the floor as you can go. Comfortably. Breath stays effortless throughout this movement. Support on the leg is firm and equal on both legs. One last move, turning the head up as you inhale. As you exhale, turn the head down. Next, inhale, reach the hand straight out in front of you, and then continue to lift all the way out and up that front arm to the starting posture. And then as you exhale, turn the palm down on the right, and then release the left all the way along with the right down to the sides. Turning the toes forward, inhale fully, and then as you exhale, let your arms slide to the outside of the legs, reaching forward the torso into a forward fold. Relax the chin to the collarbone, crown toward the floor. 2 full breaths here, keeping, if you would like, a softness in your knees, not a full bend, but a gentle softness in the knees. Following your breath. If you feel that your body is shaking a little bit, that's quite all right. Muscles are gently starting to work. Good, and then when you're ready, once again, inhale, lengthen the torso, come up with a soft engagement of the navel, sliding the hands all the way up as you come upright. Good, bringing the feet back together. Take a moment. Shake it out. Lovely. We're going to go from here, excuse me, into the warrior one. We'll add a couple of postures in here to make it a nice, simple flow. We'll start at the back end of the mat. So if you're at the front, go ahead and walk to the back, and then turn your right toes slightly out. And as you inhale, step forward with your left foot. It's not a very large step forward, but it's also not a very short one. So maybe about 1.5 feet or 2 feet between the front and the back leg. And then we'll work with the breath. We'll also use a little bit of nyasa, which is the placement of your hands in this case, in certain spaces. We'll start with the hands at the heart center, and then start with the hands at our navel. We'll flow through this 4 times. So as you inhale, reach the arms out, lunge the front knee forward. If it feels right for you to do so, open just a little bit through the sternum, lifting the heart up toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale and straighten the leg, bring the hands to the heart center, chin to the collarbone. Inhale and open wide. And then exhale and gently hands to the heart center. One more time, we'll do this with the place, or 2 more times, I should say. We'll do this now with the placement of the hands on the exhale at your navel. 1 palm on top of the other. Inhale and open from here, lifting the sternum, finding that support of both legs to be equal. Good. And this time, as you come into the space of warrior one, opening wide, we'll pause over here. Relax the shoulder blades. If it's comfortable, then look up. Otherwise, keep the chin down to the collarbone. Keep the elbows slightly bent so that you still have a soft release of the shoulders away from the ears. And then on the next exhale, reach the hands up and start to hinge forward from the hips. Front knee is still bent. Come as far forward as you can. Use the blocks if you need to. Otherwise, bring your hands beside your feet. Inhale, lengthen the torso. This time as you exhale, straighten the front knee. Release the chin to the collarbone, crown toward the floor. We'll repeat that 2 more times, bending the knee as you inhale, lengthen the torso. As you exhale, straighten the front leg. So there is no movement or bend in your back knee. 1 more time, inhale, lengthen the torso. Exhale and fold. We'll stay here in this full forward fold with both legs straight. From here, if you would like to use the block, go ahead and bring the block at whichever height you would like on the inside of the front foot. Bring your palm upon the block and then release that front hand at your hip crease. Inhale, lengthen the torso. As you exhale, start to twist the torso over to that front leg. Continue to breathe in this space till you find that comfort over here. If it feels right for you to do so, you're welcome to twist a little deeper by bringing the top shoulder back. It will automatically come to stack upon the bottom shoulder. And from here, you can reach, if you'd like, the top arm out and up. Otherwise, bring the top arm over to the opposite hip crease. There is an element of balance involved in here as well. So go as far or as little as your body feels comfortable in this twist. And as always, your breath is your guide. You want to be able to have a full breath in and out. On the next inhale, slowly unwind, coming back into that full forward fold, allowing the torso to completely relax in this forward folding action. And then as you inhale, bend that front knee, reach the hands out. And as we came into this, we're going to come out in warrior one. Allow the elbows, once you're upright, to bend slightly, lifting the sternum. And then as you exhale, straighten the leg, release the hands, bring the feet back together. Okay, take a moment. Once again, chance to notice not just the breath, but the sensations that are bubbling up within the body. Notice all of the pleasant, the unpleasant. Notice your breath. Notice how you have managed to slow down the thought processes. Even if you have thoughts flowing through, the frequency has reduced. We'll go to the other side. So when you're ready, open the eyes. Turn the left toes out slightly. Step forward with the right foot. Good. And as we did on the other side, we'll flow 4 times. This time, as your hand comes to your heart, if you remember it, bring the opposite arm on top. If you don't, no worries. Just bring the hands to the heart center. When you're ready, inhale and lunge into the front knee. Lift the arms out, slight bend in the elbows, but lift the sternum. And then as you exhale, chin comes to the collarbone, hands to the heart center. One more time, starting from here. Inhale and open wide. And then as you exhale, slowly release hands to the heart center. Chin to the collarbone. Inhale and open wide. And this time bring the hands to your navel. Chin still comes to the collarbone. And open one more time from here. Nice and wide, sternum reaches up. And then as you exhale, relax the hands to your navel. This time as you come into the warrior one, we are going to pause there. Staying over here with full support of both arms. Your chin can stay down, or if it feels right for you to do so, let the heart lift up. Good. And then slowly on the next inhale, reach the hands up. And then as you start the exhale, hinge forward. Come bringing the torso forward. Release the hands down. Take a moment to pause here. Inhale, lengthen the torso. And exhale, straighten the front knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, straighten. Front leg, allow the torso to fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen the torso, bending the front knee. Exhale, fold. This time, staying here for 2 full breaths. And as we did on the other side, bringing now the block on the inside of the foot, your palm upon it. If you're able to reach the fingertips down, feel free to keep it that way, whatever works. Lengthen the torso as you inhale. Reach that front hand at your hip crease. So right hand is now at your right hip crease. Lengthening the torso on the inhale as you exhale. Twist the torso over to that front leg. Go as far or as little as your body allows you to in this twist. Lengthening the torso on each inhale. Exhaling, allowing the top shoulder to gently move back away from the body. You're always welcome to keep a slight softness in your front knee if you need to. As we stay here for another 2 breaths, if you would like, you're welcome to bring the top hand out and up. Otherwise, bring that hand at your sacrum and stay here with fullness in your breath. After the next exhale, inhale fully, and then as you exhale, unwind, coming back, bringing the torso to rest upon your thighs into that full forward fold with the front knee still straight. And then as you get ready to move again back into Virabhadrasana, warrior one, reach with the front knee bent, arms straight out, coming up, lifting the sternum and bending the elbows, relax shoulders. And then as you exhale, release the hand, straighten the leg, and bring the feet back together. Good, take a moment to come into Samasthiti, the space of equal balance. Noticing as you stand in this space, the strength in your legs, the length in your torso, the wide open collarbone, and the fullness of your breath. And from here now, go ahead and bring yourself to the middle of your mat. And then we're going to get the feet wide, slightly wider than the hip. And maybe if you would like, you can start with the feet turned out. We will be going into a squat. So go as far or as little as your body allows you. If you have any kind of knee issues, feel free to bring yourself with a chair behind you so that you can allow the sit bones or your tailbone to touch the chair. If not, just use a wall. That works well too. Inhale and come out and up. Bring your palms together. Hold that breath in. As you start to bend your knees, bring your hands in front of you. We are still holding that breath. Hands start to come in the front. When they come just about at your heart center, allow the breath to exhale fully. Good. And then as you come down, going as low or as little as you can, you're welcome, if you'd like, to bring the feet together, maybe even lift your heels up off the floor. If you would like to bring a block underneath you, feel free to bring a block underneath you at your tailbone so that you can come to relax the tailbone upon your block. You can even use, if you're not low enough, you can use 2 blocks, bringing one flat and the other on top, and that is going to give you the height that you would like. If you're using the wall, keep your hips rather at the wall. And as you do so, keep your spine at the wall and slowly start to come all the way down toward the floor. Good. Now remember, each of our bodies are different. And depending on the time of the day that you're doing this practice, you might be stiff or you might find it easy to get into the space. So just come slowly into the space that feels right for you. And if being in a squat does not work, come all the way down to the floor to a space that's comfortable for you. Good. We're going to go ahead and use a little bit of an arm balancing move. So bring your hands, elbows in close to your knees, and bring your hands down in front of you, slightly wider than the shoulders. So if you were in a seated posture on your sit bones, go ahead and come up so that you can come to a point where your feet are slightly wide, heels are off the floor, toes are pressing into the floor. Spread the fingers wide, press your elbows into your knees, and then slowly start to pressing the elbows into your knees. Come and lean the torso forward so that your head comes slightly past your fingers, but your toes are on the floor, and there's nice length in the torso. And then gently come back to the squat, pressing back the hips and the tailbone down. We'll rock forward and back for a couple more times, just creating a little bit of activation in the support of your arms and the engagement of your core. So as you come forward and pause over here, keep a nice soft engagement of the navel to hug your spine. And it's possible that this is your practice today. And if that's the case, come to a space that feels right, either staying with the support of the hands or coming all the way back to sit back down on your sit bones. If it's a part of your practice to go up higher, go ahead and gently bring the knees a little bit higher up and then lift either one foot or both to come into Bakasana or the crow pose. Good, there's no point in forcing this space, so just come comfortably into that space that feels right for your body. And when your body is done, go ahead and relax. Come to sit back down to the floor, finding yourself in a comfortable space. Good, we are going to come and relax over here, and with any support that you might need underneath your sit bones. Notice how your breath pattern has changed with the previous move. Good, take a full breath right here. And we'll go into a gentle twist from here. So inhale fully at the center, bring your hand to the leg that is in the front, whichever leg is in the front. Bring the opposite arm to that knee, and then the other hand comes back behind you. Lengthen as you inhale, reaching the torso long, crown toward the ceiling. As you exhale, move slowly and gently from the base of the spine, through the middle spine, till you find the torso gently twisted as far as it's comfortable without any kind of scrunching of the spine. We will stay here for 3 full breaths. So lengthen as you inhale, but as you exhale, soften in this space. Relax the shoulders, relax your knees, and only if it's feeling right, deepen the twist. Each exhale, continue to let the navel soften in toward your spine with that engagement of the lower abdominal muscle. You might find that you can deepen the twist. But most importantly, you're keeping that protection for the lower spine. Inhale and lengthen on the next inhale. And as you exhale, unwind. Good, and we'll go to the other side. Go ahead and bring the other leg forward. Inhale and lengthen. Bringing the opposite arm on the outside of the knee. The other hand comes back behind you. And like the other side, we'll take 1 full breath, nice and slow, to release into the twist. So inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, slowly and gently, start to move from the base of the spine through the middle spine to the top of the spine. And then we will pause in this twist for 3 full breaths. You can ease off of it, excuse me, a little bit. If you feel that you are scrunching the spine, use your breath as your guide. Shoulders stay relaxed away from the ears. And when you're ready, inhale, lengthen the torso. And then as you exhale, slowly and gently unwind. Good. Relax both legs, stretching them out, shake them out. Good. And this time we're going to bring the left heel in and the right leg to extend it all the way out. Now you have an option to keep that knee bent throughout this next move as we get into it. So take the time to get into it. If you would like, you can bring a block underneath your knee, or even a rolled blanket under the knee works perfectly. Take a nice full breath here. Bring both hands out and up overhead. And then as you exhale, twist the torso over to the extended leg. And then from here, release the front arm, that's the right arm, all the way down, as far down toward the foot as you can. And then inhale, come right back up. Good. And then we'll do that over again. The body is twisted just gently over to that side and then lift back up. Now, if that feels uncomfortable to have the top arm over, go ahead and bring that left arm at your left hip crease as you start to lean forward, and see how that changes the reach of the body. So experiment, try one hand up and one hand down, or try both hands up and one hand down. And find the move that feels right for you. We'll flow one more time. Good. And then when you come into this extension of the torso, go ahead and gently, staying over here, deepen that reach. Good. Bring now the back hand, even if you had the top arm reaching over, go ahead and bring that left hand at your left hip crease. And then allow the right elbow to come on the inside of the knee. Good. You can hold on to the leg wherever it feels right. Just bend that elbow. And now we're going to use that bent elbow and the inside of the leg, whether it's a soft bend in the knee or not, to gently press them both into each other so that you can slowly twist a little deeper in this space. One more full breath. And then slowly on the next inhale, reach the right hand out, reach the left hand out and up overhead, and come back upright. Exhale and release the hands. Lovely. We'll go to the other side, changing legs. Bringing the right heel in, extend the left leg. Good. Inhale and reach, both hands out and up. As you exhale, twist the torso over to the left. Good. As you exhale, keep the top right arm up, bring the left hand down. Inhale, come right back up. And then exhale and reach again. Good. One more time. Inhale and up. And then exhale and reach. This time, keep the left hand where it is. Bring the right arm down at your hip crease. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, and see if you can go a little further forward. Slowly bend that elbow. If you have to keep a bend in the knee, front knee, do so. But bend that elbow and bring it on the inside of the knee. You can hold on to the leg with your arm wherever it feels right. Good. And then inhale again. And then press that elbow and the knee on the extended leg into each other to gently twist the torso, pressing the top shoulder back so that it automatically comes to release over the bottom shoulder. Good. Take one more breath. If you'd like to deepen this stretch, feel free to bring the top hand all the way over, as far down toward the toes as you can get it. And then inhale, reach the bottom arm. So your left arm reaches out and up, and then reach both arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale and release both hands. Good. Go ahead and relax. Both legs straight in front of you. Excuse me. Shaking them out. Bend your knees, bringing your hands underneath your knees. Go ahead and bring the bottom of your feet together to come into Baddha Konasana. This is where we're going to end the class. So we will stay here for the next few minutes with the focus and the awareness on the breath. But if for whatever reason you feel the urge to lie down in Shavasana on the floor, then feel free after the next 3 breaths to come to lay flat on your backs, making any move that you would like to relax and soften the spine. If you decide to stay here with me, go ahead and find any support that you need. Once again, under your sit bones, under your knees, so that you can keep that nice length in the torso. So as we stay over here, we're going to move the breath and shift it to Ujjayi breath. It's a breath that you are going to allow to flow in and out with a very slight, gentle constriction at the back of the nose and throat. So as you constrict the epiglottis back in the throat, it almost sounds like a snore. If it feels uncomfortable to let both the inhale and the exhale come in Ujjayi or flow in Ujjayi, then let your inhale be the only one flowing in on Ujjayi. Let your exhale be free and effortless. Flow with your breath at your pace, closing your eyes, relaxing the shoulders, softening the groin. And as we did at the beginning of the practice, start to bring the awareness to the breath, noticing first and foremost the feel of the air in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Start to notice the quality of your breath. Might feel light, might feel deep, might feel long. Start to soften the facial features. If you'd like, you can release the tip of your tongue to your palate, even as you continue to breathe in and out, energize. If you find at any point that your mind wants to focus upon a thought, gently at the moment of awareness, release the thought to bring your awareness back to the movement of the breath. Two more breaths in Ujjayi. And as you finish up those two breaths, gently move your hands to the back of your knees. Bring them back and up. Giving yourselves a chance to hug the knees in close to your chest, wrapping your arms around you. Take a nice full breath here. And then as you exhale, gently round your back. Coming into that space. And then slowly, when you're ready, go ahead and release. Coming to just a comfortable seated posture with a nice tall spine. And as you inhale, bring your hands together in prayer to your heart center. Inhale fully. And as you exhale, gently bow your head as the chin comes toward the collarbone. Pause in this moment to honor yourself and the practice you undertook. And as you get ready now to move into the rest of the day, if possible, once every hour, maybe every other hour, bring your awareness to the breath for 10 full breaths. Notice how it allows the body to gently relax and soften, quieten the mind a bit. As you get ready to move into the rest of your day, you can open your eyes and lift your gaze. Thank you. Namaste.